Joining me on the phone right now, Lzzy Hale. She is of the band Halestorm. Their new album, Vicious, comes out July 27th. And she, along with the rest of the band, coming to Express Live here in Columbus on Tuesday, August 7th, Within This Moment, and New Year's Day. Lzzy, the new album, recorded with a guy by the name of Nick Reskalinix. And Nick is the guy to go to right now in rock. Let's see here. Just go down the list of people he's worked with. Stone Sour, Alice in Chains, all of their albums have been done with him. Mastodon, Adelita's Way, Rush go to him. After you recorded an album with him, what is so special about Nick that everybody wants a piece of him?
Well, I think that with Nick, he's one of the few producers that is not, he's not trying to play any of the political games that go along with this business. He just kind of keeps to himself, and he is truly a fan and a complete nerd of rock and roll. You know, in that aspect, he has such a passion for it. He becomes, he became the fifth member of Halestorm, making this entire record. He wasn't further than 2 feet from us the entire time. Regardless of what was going on. And so I think that people go to him because of that. It's refreshing. Because in this day and age when everyone's so scared to make waves and especially in this business, like nobody wants to have an opinion. Nobody wants to do anything about anything. Nobody wants to stand for anything. He stands for the genre. And so he kept us in that, and the great thing about him too, as far as our personal experience, is that not only is he a fan of rock and an amazing rock producer and just knows the ins and outs of that, but he was a fan of Halestorm for like 7 years before we even started working together. So he could see us as a fan and be like, look, this is the record that, all right, that's what I want to hear from you. That's what I want. So it was a really neat perspective to have.
The new single that we're playing here on the Blitz, it's called Uncomfortable. It's about pushing buttons, pushing boundaries on people. We're going to turn the tables on you here, Lzzy. What are some of the things that make you feel uncomfortable with like a significant other or out on a date? For me, it's people taking pictures of their food. That bothers the hell out of me. And for some reason, people telling me
thing. So there's that.
Yeah, and there's the talking about your dreams. I don't want to hear about people's dreams. That doesn't make like I'm Sigmund Freud. Like I'm going to be able to help them out with that. That bugs me too. So what bugs Lzzy Hale?
Yeah, I agree. I don't necessarily mind hearing about the dreams, but if it's like every time. There is something that drives me up the wall. Since I was a teenager, and I don't understand why, but guys or girls for that matter, that like chew on their shirts or anything soft that they like to do. Oh man, it's like nails on a chalkboard. I don't understand it,
wow.
And I just don't like it. Even thinking about it now, I'm making a really weird face. So that's a strange thing. I don't think I've ever actually even talked about that before, but that is something that comes up. Like, please don't put teeth on shirt. Don't do that.
Chew on your shirt if you're trying to impress Lzzy Hale. Look at that. Life lessons out here. So I got to ask you about this tour that you're, it's kind of not really going on right now, but it's about to pick back up. The tour Within This Moment, New Year's Day, and yourself. Obviously, the lead singers of all those bands are females. Does it make the shows feel any different? The fact that there aren't just nothing but dudes running around running the show. It's the ladies that are running the show this time. Does it feel different from your perspective?
Honestly, the difference that there is a kind of definitely a female empowerment difference, but the biggest difference is that what we've discovered because there's like 13 girls on this tour, because it's not just the ladies in the band. There are female lighting directors and female tour managers and roadies and dancers and all this stuff. So I've never been surrounded by more estrogen in my life. Mm-hmm. But what I realize is that the ladies have dirtier minds than the guys, and the guys take more showers when there's more girls around. So that's been the biggest difference. But I'll have to tell you, like, as far as show-wise, something that has been happening that I have never seen before since we started touring in the very beginning. Because usually at a hard rock and slash metal show, it's usually about 60-40 male, female, at any given time.
Yeah.
And on this particular tour, I mean, I have promoters calling me and Ticketmaster and all of that. It is 60-40 female, male now. So there are more girls buying tickets to the show than dudes. And it's amazing because we're able to kind of stand up on this stage and see firsthand that, like, look, these are all the same rock and roll moments. It's all like, it's just a rock show. But you see all these girls just completely like letting loose and owning this shit. So it's been amazing to see that firsthand and almost like, man, I think that this heavy metal and hard rock thing is genderless at this point because everyone's just going nuts, and it's amazing. It's kind of a special thing to see.
That's outstanding. That's outstanding because females, I mean, when the whole new metal thing hit, I've been around for a little bit. When that hit, the women just kind of stopped going to shows. So it's awesome to see you guys bringing them back out.
Yeah, it's really neat, man. And I'm seeing these girls, and they're girls like me that, when I was living with my parents in Pennsylvania and trying to get a leg up in this business, I would go to all these shows, and usually I was the only girl in the audience. Mm-hmm. And like, or in the mosh pit back in the day. I don't necessarily do that anymore, but that was a big thing. So it's amazing to kind of be surrounded by those like-minded girls. And also, I mean, in a very empowering aspect, I mean, Maria and I have been talking about this for years. It's great to be on stage, on the other side of the coin, whereas we've kind of been building our empires for years. And you're able to look at these girls in the eye and be like, look, no matter what happens, don't ever let anybody tell you can't be what you want to be, because we are living proof that you absolutely can. You just got to keep going. So it's really neat to be a part of that as well.
Lzzy Hale, the new album Vicious comes out July 27th. They will be here in Columbus within this moment, New Year's Day. That show happening Tuesday, August 7th over at Express Live. Lzzy, thank you very much for giving me some time this afternoon.
Dude, anytime. Seriously, you are freaking delightful, and thank you so much for all the support over the years, man. You guys are so amazing over there.